everyone, Nigel here, back again. This is the buddy build for the A-7V, but you knew that because you've just seen the title of the video. So this is going to be a short one because it's basically going to be showing where we are. I've done quite a lot. So this gun is all made up. I think you knew that anyway. And there it is there with its shield on. You have to excuse my hands, I've been using some black paint and I got all over my pans. So yeah, there's the gun, that's all done. You've obviously seen this already with the triangular parts fitted on. So that's the gun done. I'm a poet. I remember last time I left you making these, so they're now done. They're all made up, and there's two different sizes, there's two different heights. You see there's a short one and a larger one. So they're all done, and I've sprayed those in Tamiya steel, and then the idea then is what I'll do is hairspray them and chip them once we're ready to go with that. And then down in the bottom here there's those ammo boxes I think you saw, and they're painted in, I think it's XF65, is it, field grey, which is actually green, but it's, yeah, it's like a Russian green. So so they're all done. They're very nice. They'll fit in they'll just sit in the bottom of the ammo boxes like that, sit in there, and then the ammo belts can come out of them. So that's them done. You've seen all this. These are the seats and everything for the driver's cabin. You've seen all this painted. I think this is the bits and pieces for the radiators, for the front and rear radiators. And then we've got the radiators themselves now painted up. Got the brass bits top and bottom, and the different colour for the actual radiator than the actual radiator itself, or for the radiator rather than the radiator casing, should I say. Nice brass cap on there. So that's those done. The actual body, I've gone on and glued on these shutters. These shutters go on the, this is the inside and this is the rear. So you've got the two machine guns out the back, and at the front you've just got two lookouts and the main cannon. And you can see there's masking tape in there to cover the areas to keep the paint away. And now these will get rud oxided, and then once that's dry they'll get covered with hairspray and painted white. And then we've got these main side panels. Remember, I had to sand out, it took forever, sand out all these ejector pin marks that are in the side, great big blocks. I've tried to put these on without being, perfectly all symmetrical and everything, so I wanted them a little bit out. And unbelievably, if you see these up here, these are actually light boxes, and the commander who sits up the top, there's one which is green, which is flashes up green. It's Achtung, it's telling you attention, be ready. And then a red one comes up fire. So he would actually tell you to look out, and you would obviously see the enemy or whatever. And there's one for each gun position. So advanced for its time. And yeah, the commander would tell each individual gunner to beware or pay attention, and then red light would come up and tell him to fire. So quite impressive for the time. I think you've seen the tracks, they're painted in my favourite paint, iron. Rifles, there's some rifles which stand in the inside, you can see them here. They stand up in the inside against the radiators, and I've done 4 of them. I'll have a spare one, but they're basically Tamiya buff and then brown oil brushed on to give me a wood look. I've got a bit of fluff on that one to give me a look like wood, so they'll have to dry now for a couple of days, and then I'll give them a coat of acrylic varnish, and then I can paint the gunmetal parts on with brush. So that's them done. This is the roof. Excuse me. This is the roof here. It goes on top of the driver's compartment. So you've got this sort of, you've got the sides like that, and then you've got this other mound that goes on like that on the top. So that's the driver's area. So that sort of sits up on the top, and that's actually got a working sliding hatch for the drivers to, so the commander can stick his head out. And then you've got a vent here which would be nice for the guy sat up top. And then here's the bit that took me forever. I've got the actual gun mounts here, they're all painted. I've made up an off-white colour. Here it is. So I've basically had a bottle of XF2 Tamiya, and I've put like, I don't know, a brush full of, well, you can see how off-white it is. If I show you an XF2, you can see the difference in the colour there. And what that's got in it is like one small brush full of like a light grey, and then one small brush full of a buff, and that gives it like an off-white creamy sort of colour. So yeah, quite nice. Made up plenty of that, so we've got that to go on. And obviously that's going to go on top of the hairspray, on top of all this, and then it'll get scratched off. So there they are. We've also got the machine guns now. They're done with Guns metal coat, and they're in their pivots now, in their mounting. You see they're all painted inside. So now I can mask up the gun and paint around the outside, and they sit on top of these mounts like so, and then they kind of sit in here like that. Doesn't want to fit, that one. Needs to go in a bit further on the pivot. But yeah, they sit in there like that, and then they look from the outside. That's how they look. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's a shame. I'm gonna have to do all this red oxide and white first, and then glue them in, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to mask all that up and then do all the scratching. You see, I've got masking tape on these as well, where the glue areas are going to be. So that is basically that. Now, that there, I've been on it nearly all day. Today is, what is it? It's Monday the 14th of January 2019. And yeah, I've been on this nearly all day. And it just goes on and on and on and on. It seems like it's never ending. But I think it's going to come together very quickly, because if you look now, I'm going to paint, I've got the insides done. So then that's going to go on there. So I'm going to paint all this up next and then put it all on. I'll probably do the scratching and everything before it actually goes on, and then finish off the scratching afterwards. I want to get these doors done first, the main access doors. You need to be a little bit careful. Just something I'll point out to you if you're building this kit. E1 and E2, most kits, they would have like the doors at the front and the back, so the parts wouldn't be identical. But if you look, these are identical. Okay, there is one way you can tell which is which. If you look there, you can see this one's got a couple of bolts on it, and this one hasn't. So you can see here, that one's got a couple of bolts there, and this one hasn't. So that's E2 and that's E1, and that, as far as I can see, is the only bloody difference. Because obviously, when you turn them over, you've got the exhaust mountings, so you need to make sure you get them the right way around, or your exhausts are going to be on backwards. So yeah, that's that done. So yeah, I mean, once all this is on, then it's going to be a case of just putting all these doors on. I'm going to have all these windows open, I think. You have all these hatches, so you can have them open, and then you've got these hatches up top. I'm going to have them open as well, I think, and make it look a little bit more interesting. So yeah, then we've got these hanging, I guess they're hanging ropes or something for the, let's have a look at those parts actually. I'm guessing they're like hanging ropes for people to grab on like you do on a bus. Yeah, so there they are there. There's like a rope with a handle on it, and that'll go up into the roof. So they'll have to go on and be painted before the, be glued on before the roof is painted. And you've got to drill some holes here and put the rope on and everything. And that's it. You know, get onto the paintwork then, and decals. There's only one scheme as far as I can see. Yeah, there's only one scheme. So yeah, very nice. Very nice model. not a massively enjoyable build at the moment. It just seems to be going on and on and on and on and not really getting anywhere. Those guns have taken forever. So there we go. So thanks for watching. Sorry it's been a bit of a short one, but actually doing all this small stuff on camera, it's a waste of time. It's really, really difficult. And oh, and while I'm on it, while I think of it, guys, thank you so much. I mean, I'm over 700 subscribers now. It's like 200 this year, and was it the 14th? It's incredible. I'm really, really chuffed. Obviously, I'm doing something right. So it's good to see you all subscribing and the likes I'm getting and the great comments and the feedback and everything. Obviously, there's some stuff on there which I don't understand why some people put on there, but I'm not going to delete it. I can delete it. Apparently you can ban people on that. I'm not going to start doing that. That's bloody crazy. So anyway, thanks to everyone. Thanks for subscribing. If you like what you see and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Tell your friends, share, whatever. There's loads of stuff on here. And you'll also see some videos about the new Hong Kong Models 1/32 scale Lancaster that the country's gone mad about. And I'm doing some corrective work on that as well. In fact, here's the cockpit floor. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you all later. Bye bye.